home to the most magnificent mountain in Korea. A place that mesmerizes tourists with pink blossoms in spring and cool valleys in summer. Where the colorful autumn foliage locks people in thought, and where winters are beautifully sublime. It's also the hometown of 춘향전 and the stage for exciting festivals. A peaceful night in the cozy hanok tucked away in nature. A table full of all natural food. It's where visitors can better understand Korean literature. And discover the sounds of Korean traditional opera, pansori, and Korean traditional music, gugak. Welcome to Namwon. Namwon is a small city, but it's a charming tourist attraction that offers much to see and do. One of its landmarks is the Gwanghallu Pavilion, standing in a 600-year-old garden. The name Gwanghallu means a place where a nymph lived in the moon.
광활루 오면 오늘날 모든 사람이 다 알다시피 남원의 대명사 아닌가요? 근데 남원의 대명사가 되기까지는 조선조 명정성, 황희정성과 깊은 관계가 있죠. 유배를 와가지고 여기 와서 이 아름다운 이 경치에다가 누각을 지었습니다.
The Gwanghallu Pavilion is famous for its long history, beautiful scenery, and diverse programs for visitors. Here's another reason many people like to come here. This is where the Korean classic love story of Chunhyang was born. On our way to find out more about 춘향전, we meet someone very special. Hello.
안녕하세요. 저는 2012년 미스 춘향 정에 선발된 양영주라고 합니다.
Miss Chunhyang?
네.
What's Miss Chunhyang?
춘향이의 정신을 기리기 위해서 매년 선발하는 대회입니다.
In Namwon, a beauty pageant is held every spring to choose not only the most beautiful women, but also women who are well-versed in traditional etiquette. The purpose of the contest is to commemorate and carry on the spirit of Chunhyang. There is also a shrine dedicated to the heroine of this touching love story.
바로 이 모습이 춘향이의 모습이에요.
Chunhyang in her portrait is beautiful in a graceful way. It's like seeing her in person. We are curious to know more about the story.
남원뿐만 아니라 한국에서 정말 유명한 사랑 이야기인데 조선시대에 그 신분제도가 굉장히 엄격했잖아요. 그 사이에 이제 그런 계급의식을 초월한 그런 사랑 이야기의 주인공입니다.
The story begins with how Chunhyang and Mong-ryong meet by chance in Gwanghallu. But the two are forced to separate when Mong-ryong leaves to take a state exam. Chunhyang's love is put to test, but she remains faithful to Mong-ryong. In the end, Mong-ryong passes his exam and reunites with Chunhyang. Just as Verona in Italy is popular as the setting for Romeo and Juliet, Namwon is beloved by Koreans as the birthplace of Chunhyangjeon. Those who have never heard of this story can stroll through the Chunhyang theme park and see the mannequin enactment of the story.
광한루라는 곳이 춘향이와 이몽룡의 사랑을 맺어주게 한 장소잖아요. 이제 오시면 그 춘향이의 이도령의 사랑을 직접 느끼고 가실 수 있습니다.
Traces of the story are found across the Gwanghallu Pavilion garden.
이 다리 되게 예쁘죠? 이거는 오작교라는 다리예요. 네, 이 다리를 연인이나 이제 부부가 함께 건너면 금실이 좋아진다는 그런 옛말이 있어요. 이 다리는 정말 빼놓지 않고 한 번씩 다 건너시더라고요.
It was probably this bridge that made love between Chun-hyang and Mong-ryong stronger after they crossed it. After walking for a while, we come upon a strange structure.
되게 크죠? 이게 한국에서는 이거를 그네라고 하는데요. 이게 바로 그 이도령이 반한 춘향이가 그 춘향이의 모습인데 춘향이가 이 그네를 타는 모습을 보고 이도령이 반했다고 해요.
She shows us how to ride the swing. This is how Chunhyang might have looked to Mong-ryong. 춘향전의 is a story of one woman's unwavering integrity. It's a story that takes us back to the meaning of love. Every spring, Namwon holds a festival dedicated to Chunhyang. What was started as a festival to keep the spirit of Chunhyang alive has become one of the most celebrated cultural festivals in Korea. It has drawn in more global attention since pansori was inscribed on the UNESCO list of masterpieces of oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Namwon can be called the cradle of traditional music. It's one of the cities that have managed to preserve Korean traditional music that has been handed down through generations. Namwon is the hometown of many great music masters and also the birthplace of the pansori genre, Dongpyeongjae. There's a place in Namwon where tourists can learn about Korean musical heritage. This is a great facility for those who want to understand the cultural legacy of Korea.
한국의 소리 문화를 한눈에 볼 수 있는 그 발자취를 연대별로 잘 정리해 놓은 바로 국악의 성지라는 곳입니다.
Musical instruments that are on exhibit at the birthplace of Korean traditional music impress with their exquisiteness and elegance. Visitors can try their hand at playing the traditional instruments.
춘향전의 바로 본고장인 이곳 남원에서는 남들이 이렇게 쉽게 접할 수 없는 판소리 춘향가 중에 특히 사랑가 대목이라든지 이런 것도 직접 듣기도 하고 같이 따라서 배울 수도 있는 그런 공연도 하고 있습니다.
본편 때는 여기 남원 불에 동쪽 지역에 있는 소리를 동편자라고 합니다.
A pansori master teaches the visitors how to perform a romantic scene from Chunhyangjeon. In the crowd of students is a woman dressed in a colorful attire.
몸짓으로 이렇게 하는 거, 부채를 들고 몸짓으로 하는 거 뭐라고 할까요?
She seems very interested in Korean traditional music, but in fact, she works as a guide for foreigners visiting Namwon. She's studying pansori in order to better understand Namwon. What draws her into pansori?
You'll feel what's in your heart and your mind. So brings you how importance the love and the importance of marriage.
Here, concerts are a regular feature of the daily program. Pansori is performed to the rhythm of the traditional drum called puk. The sorikun, or the singer, tells the story with gestures and songs. Pansori has a sound that's not heard in classical Western music. The sound of pansori lingers in the air as we continue to the next destination, the filming location of the movie Chunhyang. Namwon is also where an exceptional literary work depicting the lives of Koreans was created. It's the epic novel Hunbul, which took the author Choi Myung-hee more than 17 years to complete. There's a literature hall in Namwon that's dedicated to Choi Myung-hee and her oeuvre. Several scenes from the novel have been reproduced with miniatures for visitors who are not familiar with the writer or the novel Hunbul. Outside, there's a large lawn and a watermill so that visitors can enjoy nature. In Namwon, there's a place where you can experience the Buddhist culture. It's the Shilsang Temple. One monk welcomes us to the temple. Hello.
먼 길 오시느라 고생 많으셨습니다. 반갑습니다.
This temple seems somewhat different. Is there something special about this temple?
실상사는 들어오시면서 보셔서 아시겠지만은 다른 일반적인 사찰들이 산에 산 속에 있는 것이 일반적인데 실상사는 지금 논 가운데 자리를 잡고 있습니다. 우리나라 전통 문화적인 어떤 그런 거에서 불교 문화의 어떤 그런 많은 것들을 보여줄 수 있는 것이기도 하지만은 실상사는 우리나라 두 번째로 많은 보물, 국보, 문화재를 가지고 있는 사찰이 바로 실상사입니다.
Shilsang Temple is not only easy to find, but it's also the right place to learn more about Korea's Buddhist culture. You can even stay a few nights at the temple and explore the temple life in depth. Jiri Mountain is often called the mother of Korean mountains because of its magnificent scenery. That's why scores of hikers and tourists visit every year. One of its peaks, called Chunhyang, offers a breathtaking view. The valleys hidden in the mountain change color every season. Namwon looks beautiful year-round. Once you visit it, you'll want to come back again during another season. Another attraction of the city is its astronomical observatory. A visit to the Namwon Aircraft and Space Observatory at the foot of Jiri Mountain will open the skies to another world. When it gets dark outside, the observatory's ceiling opens up. Observing the night sky with a telescope is only one of the many things you can try here. Here's something else: taking pictures of Saturn with your mobile phone. Even the rings of Saturn are visible. If you can capture the stars from hundreds of thousands of light years away, then your trip to Namwon is headed in the right way. The two must-try delicacies of Namwon are the wild greens and mudfish soup. Near the foot of Jiri Mountain, we meet people who are gathering wild herbs. Hello. What are these for?
저 자연식 아주 좋은 나물인데 이거 아주 반찬으로 아주 기가 막힌 거예요, 자연식.
An all-natural meal made with wild greens. We wonder how it tastes.
식사 전에 우리 집에 갑시다. 가갖고 이 나물이랑 좀 잡숴봐요. 기가 막히요.
The two people lead the way to their restaurant. Inside, on the shelves, are jars of medicinal herbs that the owners gather themselves. This place seems to specialize in healthy food. Sesame oil adds a delicious scent to the fresh greens. This place serves 35 kinds of mouth-watering vegetable dishes. Could you tell us why people eat a lot of greens?
요새는 건강이 최고예요. 건강. 이 나물이 전부 다 약채로 다 들어간대요. 곰치 같은 경우는 암에 방지된다고 하거든요. 그러고 이 땅두릅 같은 경우도 변비도 좋고 뭐 위장도 좋고.
They taste good when mixed with rice. It's called bibimbap, a dish that's very popular among foreign tourists.
외국 양반들 너무시 좋아하던데요. 진짜 따봉이나 가던데 아주. 옷에서 꼭 잡수고 가야 돼요. 이거 안 잡수면 후회할 거야 아마.
It's a hearty, healthy meal that fills the mind and the body with a positive energy.
안녕하세요.
안녕히 가세요. 갔다가 또 와요.
Yes, we'll be back again. Namwon is home to a big cluster of restaurants specializing in the mudfish soup, 추어탕. What exactly makes it so popular? Everyone keeps eating while sweating profusely. The key ingredient is mudfish. But why is the soup so popular?
남원에는 공기도 맑고 깨끗하잖아요. 근데 이제 시래기 자라는 것도 깨끗하고 미꾸라지도 좋고. 그래서 이제 옛날에 한 60년 전부터 유명해서 그래서 이제 더 사람들이 더 많이 찾는 것 같고.
Namwon-style mudfish soup is made with ground mudfish, the bean paste doenjang, and green leaves. There's a reason this dish is such a big hit.
모든 면이 다 좋은 것 같아요. 미꾸라지를 먹으면은 기운도 복돋아지고 건강에도 좋고 암에도 좋고.
A single bowl of mudfish soup has almost an immediate invigorating effect. Once you are re-energized, it's time to check out Jiri Mountain's hiking trails called 둘레길. Following the 둘레길 through the changing landscapes is a wonderful way to enjoy nature. That's the charm of these trails. There are several 둘레길 routes in Namwon. Route number 3 is especially popular for its cozy and scenic landscape. When the long hike calls for a break, stop by a nearby hanok guest house. It will offer a comfortable resting place that overlooks the beautiful scenery of Jiri Mountain. Inside, the unique traditional decor will incite your curiosity. When it gets dark outside, this hanok house looks especially spellbinding. The owner of the guest house looks busy. What is he doing?
저희 집은 이 난방이 구들난방입니다. 그러니까 안에는 온도만 전해지는 거죠. 여행을 오시면 뭐 먹는 것도 있겠고 볼거리도 있겠고 뭐 여행이 다양하잖아요. 그중에 잠자는 것도 하나의 문화라고 보면 예전에는 어떻게 그 난방을 하고 어떤 집에서 형태에서 잤는지 잠자는 문화도 있다고 생각됩니다.
The host personally makes fire for his guests. This is how Koreans have been welcoming their guests since ancient times. Thanks to this heartwarming custom, the night is cozy and warm. And the delightful service continues in the morning. Foreign guests are treated to fragrant traditional tea and breakfast.
또 오시면 그때 뵈면은 다른 얘기도 나누고 또 좋은 인연이 닿을 거라 믿습니다. 좋은 여행하세요.
He walks his guests to the door to say goodbye. It's another Korean custom. A city nestled in a beautiful natural setting. Home to warm-hearted people. A woman of unwavering integrity. The beautiful sounds of pansori. And an exciting dance. The city that enchants its visitors every season. It's Namwon of Korea.